What's going on, guys? Coach Malek here, talking about balanced nutrition in 12 steps. I know nutrition can be tricky. I know it can be confusing sometimes, especially these days with stuff thrown at us every day on the internet. So what I want to do with my 10 years of experience is break down the 12 steps, the 12 things that I think will really help 95% of you. Number one is setting a calorie intake. If you don't know how much you should eat, that's the number one step that you should be trying to achieve, is figuring out how many calories should I be eating per day based off my goal. Number two is the macronutrient ratios. So if we're trying to gain weight or lose weight and we're only eating one macro, let's just say carbs or only fats, that's not going to be good for our goal. What we want to do is make sure that we have good ratios with protein, good ratios of carbs, and good ratios of fats so that we are hitting our goals in the most optimal time. Number three is protein intake. We all have different bodies, and we all have different sizes. So protein intake is going to be individualized to you. So highly recommend you know exactly how much protein you should be intaking. On average, it could be anywhere between 0.7 grams per pound of body weight if you're not too active in the weights, or 1 to 1.5 grams per pound of body weight if you are actively lifting weights 3 to 5 times a week. Number four is carb intake. How much carbs are you eating? If you're trying to lose weight, I would say a ratio between protein and carbs should be about 1 to 1, maybe somewhere around there. If you're trying to bulk or gain weight, somewhere around 2 or 4 to 1 carbs to protein ratio. Number five is healthy fats. How much fat are you eating? Now, a lot of the times we think that fats are bad for us. They're actually very good for us and can benefit us in many ways, such as heart health, skin health, hair health, etc. The thing that we want to focus on is that we're eating the right kinds of fats. Avocados, nuts, peanut butter, extra virgin olive oil when we cook rather than high fat butter. These things are going to help us be the most healthy. Number six is hydration. All right, without hydration, nothing else of this matters because our body will break down. Staying hydrated allows our body to function optimally. So make sure that we stay hydrated by drinking water, also by eating fruits that have a lot of water in them, such as watermelon, strawberries, and blueberries. Number seven is meal timing. It's very important to know when you're eating, when you're working out, when should you have your big meal of the day, and when should you have your snacks to keep your energy high. This is very important, meal timing. Number eight is nutrient-dense foods. So there's a lot of foods out there. Sometimes if we're trying to lose weight, we trying to find the most nutrient-dense foods so that we can eat it without having to feel still hungry. Same with gaining weight. Sometimes if we eat not much nutrient-dense foods, it feels like we are just eating all day, eating all day, eating all day. So make sure that when you are choosing the foods to eat, that we are not wasting energy on digesting food that is not nutrient-dense. Number nine is hydration. We already talked about that, so I'm going to skip that. Number 10 is meal prep. So meal prep is great for getting prepared for the week, getting prepared for the next couple days so that you don't have to make the excuse that I didn't have time that day. Something always comes up. I'm sure you've dealt with an emergency that randomly comes in your day that was not scheduled. So meal prep helps you already be prepared for if that situation comes up. Number 11 is supplements. The reason this is at one of the bottoms is because it should be coming last after we have answered all of these questions. So make sure that we are consuming real foods, whole foods, before we start to focus on supplements. But supplements can be great to add that extra vitamins and minerals that we're not getting from our diet, that extra protein that we're not getting from our diet. So supplements are a great way after we deal with the whole food situations. And then lastly, 12, I put a star by it, is we gotta adapt and adjust. If something isn't working, adjust it. That's why I love tracking, because we're able to see and measure things on a day-to-day basis. So make sure we know where we're going based off of our goals, and we're adapting and adjusting along the way. I hope these 11 steps help, because hydration we said twice. I hope these 11 steps helps you have a better balanced diet, and I hope it helps you achieve your goals a lot faster.